Hi, good afternoon. Okay, so I'll start our briefing for your practical exercise today. I record first, yeah. Okay. Yesterday was it yesterday? Okay. Yeah. I posted something, right? This the practical 5 setup. This is to set up your database to the ASP.NET membership service, right? Let me click on it. Okay, you need to set up first before you can continue with the practical 5 lab exercise. I think I haven't. Yeah, I mentioned this yesterday that you should do the setup ahead of the not lab, practice exercise. Hang on, yeah. Let me go demo video. I think I haven't uploaded the practice. Okay. I need to click edit, add file. Hang on, practical role. So for you to do the role management, you must set up the ASP.NET membership first. Okay, let me set this. Oh, really? How about the rest? Only Ivan, is it? Okay. So I've already uploaded. After you do the setup, then for your practice, you will refer to this particular PDF. Okay, you start off with creating the file structure first. Yesterday we have, was it yesterday? We have looked at how to add encodes into the web config. There are two, you have separate web configs or you can combine it into one web config. So for this one, you can see that there are 1, 2, 3 web configs. And then in the folder My Account, there's a web config, maintenance config file. Okay, so this is authentication and authorization. You start off with the menu, right? And then do the necessary. Okay, my video is up until step 9. Okay, up until step 9, where I create 2 normal users and try to log in into the My Account and also the order page. As for the admin role, today, okay, I read that one first. Okay. I did found something, but as you can see, this is a retired content. How to use role manager. If you want to go to this particular documentation, you can go ahead. Now, after you do the practice, okay, by watching the demo videos here, I have these demo videos starting from the setup until testing of the user, except for testing user with an admin role. Okay. Now, what you need to submit is, okay, let me view the assignment. So for today's practical 5 lab exercise, it would be sufficient if you just do the testing without creating any roles. So to emulate or to like to simulate, we do have an admin user. We just create a username admin. Okay, I haven't record a demo video for creating roles. Okay, so for today it would be sufficient to create users accordingly without creating any roles, whereby all registered users should be able to access the main page, and only users named admin is able to access the admin page. What I want to see when you do your screenshot, show the URL, because in the URL I can see your page name, the file name, and also if there is a redirect, I can see at the URL as well. And give a meaningful file name lah. Okay, like login page or student one in main page and so on. Okay, and I want to see your web config. The rest of the web forms, okay, your web forms source code, no need to screenshot. Okay, so this is the question. You will create a database called school and add it to the membership tables. And then we do not have this website configuration tools. I think it's no longer there. Okay. But then I did ask my course coordinator and waiting for her reply. So for this step, like what I mentioned just now, just create a username admin, okay, to simulate that we have like students, we have and also administrator. So login accessible to everyone, register accessible to everyone also. And then for visitor, then you should show the create new account. All right. And then the main page is only meant for those registered users, login users. As for admin, perhaps in your web config, you can allow access to username admin. Okay, allow users name admin. And then another thing included in this exercise is that you must have a sitemap and navigation menu so that each of these pages will be consistent. Okay. And then hide inaccessible pages from navigation. So if you are unable to complete step 4, it's okay. What I'm focusing on for today's lab exercise is to show that you all understand how to use the login controls. Okay, login controls. We have the create new user. We have the login view, login status. I want to see whether you all are familiar with using the login controls as well as the setup. Okay, the setup of the membership table. And I think that's about it. Okay, let me see. The due date, I put it today is Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Saturday. Now, let me go back to the meet. Any questions so far? Okay, so I will end my briefing. Stop the recording first. Okay, so you guys can stay in the meet. Later I will go off and I will rejoin using my smartphone now. And if you have any question, you can put in the chat box, or if you notice uh, here for the lab exercise, you can give a class comment, then everyone can see and anyone can reply to you lah. Okay, same goes with the other video, like as okay, like the other. Hang on, what am I doing? Okay, the demo video. Still, you can give a class comment also, and then the other students can help to answer on my behalf lah. Okay, what else? Yeah, I think that's about it. So, my ketua darjah jaga kelas. Thank you so much. Okay, so I will leave this meet and I'll meet you all soon. Okay, I'm back. For this practical demo practice, we need to set up our ASP.NET membership service provider first. Okay, before we do this particular lab practice, let's do the setup first. Okay, in order for us to start using the login controls for setting up the security for our web pages, we need to make sure that our ASP.NET membership service provider environment is ready. The reason is that it is not set automatically in Visual Studio. So first of all, we're going to open a new project and add a new database. You can name it as you like. Okay, let me go to my Visual Studio. Okay, so here I've created my empty project as usual. Can name it as Practical 5, right? So we need to add our database, right? So I do a right click and choose add and go to new item. Adding a new database, we need to go to data and you can select the SQL Server database. Now the default name is database1.mdf. We can select our own name, right? Okay, you can name it as you like. Let me go to the lab practice. Scroll down. It seems that this is about the Halloween store. So I'm going to name my database as Halloween database. Okay, Halloween DB, and I'll click add. Do you want to place the file in the app data folder? Yes. In fact, I should have done that. I'm referring back to our previous practical whereby we need to add the app data folder first. Okay. So I will click yes. Wait for a while. Once you have added your new database, you need to check your database connection string because we are going to copy the connection string to our notepad for our future reference. Okay, you should be able to see your newly added database within your Server Explorer window. Mine is listed here, halloweendb.mdf, and it's ready. Okay, I can see that it's ready. It's in green color. So if yours is not ready, perhaps you can click refresh. Okay, so select your database, and in the properties window, okay, we need to copy the connection string. Okay, select all, copy, and put it in my notepad for future. Reference. that we have done step number 1 and step number 2, the next one is for us to register our database as an ASP.NET membership database. To do this registration, we need to use the Visual Studio Developer command prompt. You need to go to your all program and select the developer command prompt depending on your Visual Studio version. I'm using version 2019. Okay, let me find my Visual Studio. Let me find my. Okay, let me find my. Visual Studio 2019. I think this is the one, developer command prompt for VS 2019. Okay, and we need to type ASP.NET underscore register SQL. Okay, so ASP underscore register SQL and press enter. So this is our ASP.NET SQL Server setup wizard. So we need to change our server name to local DB or something like this. So I need to refer to my connection string property. Okay, so this is the connection string that I've saved just now. Local DB Microsoft SQL local DB. Right, and then what do we need to do? At the database drop-down list, we choose the database that we have just created. And in the Server Explorer means we can go back to our Visual Studio and refresh our database. Okay, so I think I want to read this one first, the welcome message. This ASP.NET SQL Server Setup Wizard creates or configures a SQL Server database that stores information for ASP.NET application services. So it includes membership, profiles, role management, personalization, and SQL Web Event Provider. So for us to configure the database or for additional features, we run ASP.NET. Yeah, this is what we have done just now. Okay, so I'll just click next. What database tasks do you want to perform? Configure SQL Server for application services. Yeah, because we want to register our database for the ASP.NET membership. Okay, click next. Okay, specify the SQL Server name, database name to create or remove. Okay, so I already copied my server name just now. And as for the database, let me find my yes, this is my Halloween DB. Okay, yes, this is. Let me find my database. Let me find my. Yes, this is my Halloween DB. Okay, .mdf. Okay, there is a note here. The credentials must identify a user account that has permissions to create or remove a database. Since this is just my day, specify the SQL Server name. Welcome message. So run ASP.NET services. SQL server name, database name to create or remove. Okay, so I already copy my server name just now. And as for the database, let me find my, yes, this is my Halloween DB, okay, .mdf. Okay, there's a note here. The credentials must identify a user account that has permissions to create or remove a database. Since this is just my demo practice, so I'll just leave the username and password empty for the SQL Server authentication. Next, so this is to confirm the setting, my server name, database name. Okay, and let's wait for a while. It doesn't take that long. There's a message already. Database has been created. You should now configure the provider for memberships, profiles, role personalization, and so on. And then we can close this visit, click finish. So I need to confirm that the membership tables have been created by ASP.NET. Register SQL. So I must go and refresh my database. Okay, right click, refresh. Okay, let me expand this. I can see the membership table already. All right. Next, we need to add in some codes in our web config file. So you can copy this code and put it within the system web tag, right? Okay, so this is my okay, so this is my web.config. It should be under within the system.web tag. Okay, now I'm viewing our chapter 5, forms authentication setup. So in fact, we have done the first step. Okay, we have add the membership table, which is auto-generated by the ASP.NET Register SQL tool. Our second step would be to configure the web config. So the one that we need to add would be the membership provider. Okay, so under the membership element providers, there's a add. So we need to add the membership provider, and we need to make sure that the connection string name, we follow our database connection name. So continuing to the next slide, so we also need to set authentication mode to forms. Okay, and let me see, yeah, and also the connection strings. So I can see here that the authentication mode is already set to forms. Okay, and the one that we saw in the slide just now, okay, which is this one, at the membership provider, it is this one. Okay, and as for the role manager, I believe we haven't get to the particular instruction yet. And let's go to the next page. Yes, and add the connection strings under configuration tag, and the app settings also under configuration tag. Okay, let me do this. Okay, so within system.web, where should I put this? As the first one or the last one? Okay, let me just put it before I close the system.web. Okay, so I copy from the question just now. I can be very careful. I need to delete this. This is not needed. Okay, any more? No more. Okay, so the connection string name, my FTP, so must be the same like my connection string name. Okay, so yeah, I'll just maintain my FTP lah. The one thing that I need to change would be the connection string itself. So we need to add in the connection string under the configuration tab. Tag. Okay, so where should I put it? Okay, together with the system web. Okay, I think it should be okay. And the configuration tag, right? So I need to change my connection string first. Okay, so I already copy my connection string. Connection string name is my FTP, which is the same like what I have here for my in my membership provider. Okay, this is the name of my server. right? And my database name, I place it in my practical file folder. This is my database, halloween.db.mdf. So close, open, right? So you need to double check that hopefully there's no typo. So I'll do the next one, app setting, put it under configuration. And tag as well. Okay, so already add in the app setting, connection settings. Under the configuration tag, and we also know that system.web is also under configuration tag. All right, so I think we're done already. Yes, so I'll see you in the next video. In this video, I will show you how I test the program for the normal users, right? I've created one normal user and try the program, means web app here. So assuming that I've already created the user, then what happens is that this is the menu page. Then I can go into the order page as well as go into the my account page. Because for my account, it allows all authenticated users, means user with valid username and password.
So Jonathan has already completed the lab practice. How about the rest? Okay, noted on the progress. I'll rejoin the meeting later, yeah? I'll be back.
Before we make sure that name it as you like. Okay, let me go and choose and see that it's ready. It's in green color. So on B. So then viewing our chapter authenticate copy is my FTP, which is the same like okay. Authentication mode is already so the application and this in our web config need to find the membership page before I close the system.web. What do we need to do is update taking my personalization and been created by refresh and now I'm viewing the second be okay. So this is my web.config. Within viewing, I can set up the steps that's consistently which one we have version yes, and okay, let's what web. What web? Oh, I can be very needed. Okay, so the like my connections so must be the same connection. Delete this. This is not very careful. Uh, I need to delete this. This is not config. So already
Okay, so what's your progress at the moment? Done with the demo video? Ah, okay, okay. Or the delete. Yeah. My video there's no delete. Last part of the demo video, yes. Any problem with my demo video? Perhaps it works differently. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That one is not shown in the demo video as well. But like what I mentioned earlier during my briefing, my focus is on whether you're able to apply the demo practice, meaning use the login control, register your database as membership provider, and then what else? Yeah, the authorization to allow or deny access. That's it. What we cover in the demo video should be sufficient for your lab exercise. But if you want to do further, you are welcome to do that lah. Because anyhow our notes is not sufficient, right? I'm also going back now. on yeah, I'm going to drive. So if there's nothing, I think we can. Oh sudah, sekejap saja tapi need to wait kan? We were asked to wait there for a while before we allowed to leave. Mm, Around 30 minutes to wait after the vaccination. Oh tiada, tidak sakit wah. And then I said, adakah ada jarum ni? You're scared? No need to be scared. Actually, when I did my briefing, I was like, I was so nervous. But then when I reached there, all the staff in charge on duty, they will guide you from one counter to another counter and so on. Oh, that's scary. No, it's not about all the skin. In fact, Miss Chu advised me, makan banyak-banyak, she said. Makan banyak-banyak before you go there. So, yeah, I ate a very, very complete meal before I go. Mm-mm. Pfizer, yes, Pfizer. And then my second appointment will be will be on the same day, Thursday also, but this time 1 p.m. So I think should be no problem lah, as long as I have my demo video. Okay, okay, yeah, yeah. Scare cucu, because the nurse will like pinch you. Okay, so I don't think you will feel it. I perhaps my thick skin, I'm a thick skin. And then I know this one tip because last time I ever got the free apa to hepatitis B jab from the blood bank because I'm a blood donor, so I get this free jab. The nurse there told me, okay, tarik nafas, okay, tahan. During we tahan on nafas kan, that's when she will inject us. Okay, second time next month. So it will again affect my practical class lah, our class 1 p.m. So meaning you will do the demo and then I will return Monday and then I join the meet lah. Which in terms of injection. Okay ba? Tidak sakit. uh, perhaps the effect is longer. I don't know. Hopefully, tonight I feel okay lah. Too many people. I see. Okay lah. So I'll see you again next week. Bye bye. Let's exit the meet. Okay, welcome. Okay, welcome. Bye.